So on the back half on our last two characters, Jacance is getting us going. Exclamation point 1d3, exclamation point 1d20. 3, we also have something, we have a character from Slimshire. Whoop. And we stop on a 2. For our character prompt. We are a rugged woodland elf. Survival, may I please have a 1d20 roll in chat? $15. A many-pocketed great cloak. Oh my goodness. As I've been doing the character build here, this is our most cherished item. We want this destroyed or lost through attrition last. It has some personal value to us above others. Dingo, hello! Dingo, your penalty for being friendly is by typing exclamation point 1d20 in chat, please. What sent our rugged woodland elf off into a life of adventure? You need the 1 in there. Exclamation point 1d20. It lands on a 21. All right, Dingo Panic. That means you can either re-roll, and if you do, you should use the 2d20 command because your 1d20 is on cooldown, or you can just choose manually one of the 20 options here for what got us going on a life of adventure. I left the cult, I joined the cult, our village was called to arms. When I found the red crystal, rumors of my lost kin surfaced. I was taken prisoner, the fissure split open, my brother disappeared. The crops failed, the alderman came. We discovered the ruins. We went searching for better fishing. The rats came ashore. The sky went dark. I met these ninnies. The wolves appeared. I was chosen. I inherited this jewel. My master released me. I betrayed my oath. Caddick Painting, hello! And Caddick, you'll be able to help us out as well. So Dingo Panic, either roll 2d20 or just choose one of the prompts yourself. That sounded cool to you. We're singing sea shanties. You choose 18. I inherited this jewel. It's a humming, glowing thing. I need answers. Those I ask all seem to have a different story. Rugland Woodland Elf adventuring to solve a magical inheritance. And Caddick Painting, may I please have a 1d20 roll in chat by typing exclamation point 1d20. No spaces. Exclamation point number 1, letter D as in doggo, number 20. Stops on a 6. Aid the rebellion. Those who topple the bloated fools in power are my allies. Our lives are the weapon they cannot deflect. Woodland elf adventuring to solve a magical inheritance and seeks to topple corrupt power with it. Okay. So we start with 50 hero points. We will take a flaw. That's going to give us 5 points back. To determine our flaw, Bane, I know that you have no flaws. So I would like you to inflict one on this character with a 1d20 roll. We know nothing. 17. Sickly. You were born frail. Survival and resist skills cannot exceed 9. I'm kind of getting that we might have a healer caster in this case. In which case we have 3/4 of a classic. We just need a bruiser as our 4th party member. All right, our core ability. Who hasn't rolled in a bit? GMV, can I get a 1d12 roll in chat, please? Seven. A paragon of faith? This is getting spooky, everyone. This is getting spooky. All right. Well, the story writes itself, and clearly this character does need to be made. So Paragon of Faith, core ability. Your faith skill grows by 2 with a successful cast and maxes at 16. Additionally, destroy 1d6 weak undead, such as zombies, shamblers, or skeletons, as an exhausting spell. So we're for sure taking faith. Hi, Iron Chef Lord. Faith is the ability to call forth miracles with prayer. See Divine Magic. Let's see. So we grew up in a desert town, adventuring to solve a magical inheritance, and seeks to topple corrupt power with it. So we need things, investigate, uncover hidden information, history, or subtle facts. I think investigate should be a part of this. And maybe at least one more skill. Fascinate or deceive with stories, bravado, or sheer charisma. Oratory might work. Profession. We can take resist. It just caps at 9. We can just get that out of the way and cap it at that. This is hold your breath or fight back against harmful magic. So what if, I don't know, what if we do that? What happens? What happens if we put resist at 9 just to cap it there? if we do this? Right, minimum 3. We can always bump it up some. But this means that we're down to 40 from our core ability. 12, we're down 15. So we have 25 points remaining. And what do we count? What do we want to count our cherished item, our many-pocketed great cloak? We could just count that as a cloak, as armor. That could even be our vestments, in a sense. So if we count this as a cloak... pardon me. This is... defense +1 and stealth +3. Now, I guess the question is, does that give us a stealth? But it's dependent on... so it's stealth, but the stealth is riding on the cloak. So the stealth itself can't be taken off as a skill. We lose it as a part of losing the cloak. That seems to make sense to me. But that would drop us to 24 points, as this is our favored item. Meaning that our defense is 7, 6 + 1. We can take some other basic items as well. If we need to, like maybe we take some blessed water. 3 uses, anathema to pure evil or the undead. Oil flask, 3 count, flammable liquid, glass vial. A bandage kit. 3 count, heal 1 crossed off skill. So what if we're using our faith to find answers? And so what we do is we take a... What if we take blessed water? We have 3 currently. And then we go down to 18 because we're also going to take a bandage kit. Let's grab a walking staff. Oh, that sounds super tasty, heretic. It's all right. I won't ask you to share with the rest of the class. Now, we can play around with the points by giving some gear limitations, or we can upgrade some things as well. We have a starting character, not worried about that, but we... we should... We do need to play around with our magic here. Now, if we have someone who's on this quest of faith to find answers, these are the basic spells. Courage, stun an intelligent foe, Farseer, seer position from high above. That could be interesting. If we take Farseer, healing light, heal a skill attrition with a touch. Levitation, Mage's Cloak, Enchant a Cape. Wearer is targeted last. Enchant a weapon, it is deadly. Free a target of all afflictions with Purify. Move small objects in your immediate area. Telekineticus. That might be a cool one, actually, for investigating. We're looking, we have a magical inheritance and an item of some kind. We want to topple corrupt power with it. Hey, Garoz Fireaxe, good to see you. Welcome back to the workshop. We're looking over customizing some magic spells here for Crown and Skull, which is a very fascinating system. I really like it. I'm quiet. I'm contemplating. If you're not sure what any of this means, feel free to ask, and myself or others in chat, I'm sure can help fill you in here. All right, so I do think Farseer is going to be good. That takes 3. As well as... Telekineticus. Although this does say custom spells once you have once you have some hero points to spend. Well, it doesn't say we can't do it at character creation, so I think doing that is fine. I'm not going to worry about limitations. No single effect can be stacked more than 3 times total. And basic spells will no longer fulfill the desired level of magical craft. Ready to create spells from scratch. This assumes you have a solid working knowledge of spellcasting in general, with specific outcomes in mind. Hey, thank you, Necronus. Welcome to the Hero Zone. So analyze might work. And if we wanted to do that, that would just be 3 points for an analyze spell. Cast and roll effect. If this effect is greater than the approximate point value of the target spell or item, gain all information about it. Now, in this case, because of the way it's worded, it sounds like we could just tie it to something like in the investigate spell. So we would cast analyze, roll investigate, and if that's the case, cast and roll effect. If this effect is greater than the approximate point value of the target spell or item, gain all information about it. So let's see, how would that work? Cast and roll effect. If this effect is greater than the approximate point value of the target spell or item, gain all information. The effect is greater than the approximate point value. What would this mean? If the effect is greater than the... So if it's like a 1-point cloak. And I guess if we succeed on our roll by an amount greater than the approximate, but we're also looking to roll under. I'm not sure how this would work then to analyze something. Gain all information, and then presumably like you could learn what it's made out of, who owned it last, stuff like that. Roll the output. So something for like arcane armor. Roll the output effect and add it to target defense. The default. I missed a default in there. Okay, James, thank you. Effect. The default effect output for a spell is 1d6. This could be damage, for example. Okay, yep, that does sound very familiar. Amount can be upgraded with customization. Okay. All right, so then in that case, yeah, cast and roll effect. So we'd roll a d6. If the effect is greater than the approximate point value. All right, so yeah, if we cast analyze, we'd roll a d6, and if it's a 1 point cloak and we roll a 2 through 6, then we learn about that effect. All right, as we're out here on a mission, we want to learn about stuff. So we're gonna do that, and then we should also, well, probably over time, as we're trying to learn more about this item, it clearly is worth more points than what we can get, even on a 6. So that's something to build up, to invest more. But right now we're analyzing on a D6. Gara says, I rummaged through some old drawings I did during high school and found one I was proud of, but saw it could be done with a character I made on D&D Beyond, a draconic warforged who is made with a magically regenerative biometal. But I had a little downside of if he needs to heal during a rest, he has to eat actual food either by hunting or by eating regularly. Isn't that a nice thing to find old drawings, Garaz? I love doing that. I'm not the best artist, but I've done a doodle or two in my day, and I love finding old art of mine. I do have some stuff from high school. I might even have some sketches from undergrad and such, and other things when I picked up role playing in undergrad even, so, and beyond. If I have 5 points, then let's do this. We don't have, well, we have a bonking stick. We don't have offensive magic, but we do have some things to analyze. Why don't we also carry some useful items on us? Because we are out. Oh, you know what? We also need to, we can bring up investigate. Oh, we need to do that, don't we? All right, let's drop resist to 6. Let's put 7 and 7. So we're starting with 40 after our core ability. Then we have, so we're down to 20, 19, 16, 13, 12, and then 4 instances of 3. That's all our points. There we go. Yeah, please. I'd love to see it over on our Discord, Garaz. James says, analyze usually a modifier. Could add it to Mage's Cloak spell with limitation that makes you shout the spell or something. Reveal yourself. People think you're crazy. Well, it is a modification, but this also is a way to just create a custom spell. So I have to imagine that you could just cast an analyze spell for 3 points, because especially it just carries it carries the kind of weight of what the basic spells in tone. Yes, Garaz. Oh, I see. But yeah, you know what though, James? With the way that it's worded, analyze could just be a writer on another spell as well. And I like that flexibility. All right, we have one last character to make. We know that we're going to start with 55. We start with 50. We get 5 points for a flaw, but we also know that 15 points goes into our core ability. Can I have Garaz? Can you type exclamation point 1D3 in chat, and then Garaz exclamation point 1D20? Oh, lands on a 4. All right, Garaz, you get to pick our starting city. And as for our starting, like our lineage, which kind of a character are we? The answer to that is 9. And I'll go over the hometowns here. We can start in Garden Burrow. It's a very naturalistic place. There's a swamp and a forest nearby. We can start in Rivergate, which is a mountain and river hometown, lots of commercial trade. Or we can start in Slimshire. It's a big, like, traveling pass-through on the border of a desert and the Orc lands. If any of those sound good, then you can choose which one you like, Garaz. And then as for our very first prompt, a 9 was rolled. And that is, I am a towering human, the largest folk in the realm. Meow. Hi, thank you for joining us, Bubba. Here, you want to come up and say hi to everyone? I have a lovely lap you can lay in. Yeah, it's true. Come on. Come and join us. Okay, so you want Slimshire, the third option, which is the traveling desert city? Hey, come on. Don't just claw me. You can jump up. All right, well, he's being a cat. So Slimshire is the desert, like it's on the borderlands to the south. Lots of orcs and such. And we can go from there. All right, so we're a towering human from Slimshire. Next up, Artemis Rose Moon. May I please have a D20 roll in chat? Dingo Panic, I'll call on you shortly. And if there are others out there, Delport, Breckland, I'm sorry if I didn't give you a shout out for being here. Hey, Chad, I missed the beginning. Could someone give me the 30-second pitch on what is Crown and Skull and what sets it apart without details? Crown and Skull is a player-centric RPG with massive amounts of easy customization. That's a little less than 30 seconds. And I'm probably not doing the attrition system justice. Your gear and your skills are your hit points in this game, Delport. Oh, thank you, Heretic, for that gift. Heretic Trances, you're for real? I am big and with excitement at Artemis Rose Moon joining us, yes? Yep, Delport, I love this system. I think it's very creative and very flexible, without seeming overly burdensome. And a 10 here from Artemis Rose Moon. Grimoire and Staff. You carry a hefty spell book and a twisted stick. All right, Delport, may I have a 1d20 roll in chat, please? Exclamation point 1d20. Lands on a 2. I joined the cult. Our life of adventure started when we joined the locals. Outsiders may never understand us, but our great leader sees many things. My purpose was found when I joined them. Now, why do we continue to adventure? Dingo Panic, exclamation point 1d20, please. All right, Kragar. Lands on an 8. I asked nothing of the world save its majesty. All right, so our life adventure started when we joined the locals. This is a summary, right? It does it have to be a cult? What kind of cult? Blah, blah, blah. Lots to fill in. Let's go with the spirit of it. And now we simply wish to wander. All right, so there's a character note there to bear in mind. Next up, what is our flaw for we are all flawed creatures? Heretic Trance, what is this character's flaw? Lands on a 5. We're crazy. When faced with a difficult choice, choose randomly. Yep. The story will write itself. We may not even be a caster. We do carry a grimoire and staff. What if we found those along the way? What if we just are a wanderer who just rides the winds of fate? Yep, we are. We are absolutely cray-cray. You don't have to call it that, Delport. You can call it something else. Fickle, uncertain, whatever you'd want to call it instead. Our core ability is determined with a D12. And let's have... let's see, who hasn't rolled? Kragar hasn't rolled. Kragar, may I have a D12? Nine. Oh, well, we are, I mean, we don't have to be just a caster because there's really no classes in this game. We could be what might be called a half or a third caster in D&D. Delport, I think you're missing the tone of the book. So on a first glance, maybe this does seem to be a bit of a pearl clutching moment. And ultimately, anything in any book can be whatever you wish it to be otherwise. So our core ability, which we don't even have to take, let alone a flaw in this game, but Kragar told us it is 9, Spellsinger. You cast spells with flair and oratory. You can never use silent or still spells. As a default, though, your spells work on a target that can hear you cast. upgrade from there as normal. Interesting. All right. So we ride the winds. We are a Tom Bombadil style character. We are out in the wild. We're singing. Our magic can just affect people who hear us if we so choose. And maybe that's something. Maybe we just start with a very basic spell, and over the course of this character's growth, it goes from there. Because who knows where we're going to go? But we are a spell singer, so there's a note on that. Skills now. Skills. Well, this could be on faith, or we could go faith and magic and spell research. Or if we are just truly a wanderer, let's see. Towering human, our life of adventure started when we joined the locals, and now we simply wish to wander. What would be good for just wandering? Probably hunting, evasion. Muscle, resist. You're definitely a survivor. Writing, running. Are we a scholar? We could be if we wanted to put something out there. Find all kinds of clues, information, or traps in the immediate area. Scout could be interesting. We might have a very skilled character here. Skinning, harvest a slain beast for pelt or hide. I don't think we're stealthy. You know what? Let's build. We have a bit of a wanderer, a bit of a bardic person here. Although maybe we're more of like a singing ranger style in other games here. What if we go scout, skinning? Now, all these need a minimum of 3 in them in order to take them. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So we have 12 points left over. If we go with a... Let's see, Grimoire and Staff. So that would be a Walking Staff, which is a D4. did say that small things like pouches and such would be 1 point. So Grimoire, we could have Grimoire if we're an orator for our magic and we simply like we tell stories. I think we could probably say, let's see, is there a scribe's kit, parchment book, charcoal sticks? So let's call our Grimoire a writing kit, which is 1 point. Our walking staff was also 1 point. Oh, did I miscount something? 3, 6, 9. So that's 18. 40 minus 18 is 12. Is it 22? Am I off by 10? 40 minus is 38 minus 10, 22. All right, so then we have 1 point for this, 1 point for that. Kartoffel Herzog Keys, hello. Yeah, thank you. Draws enemy attention. You know what? I think we're going to give ourselves a helm. That means our defense is 7. 6 plus our 1 from our helm. And the helm gives us a +1. But +1, it also costs 1, so we're down to 19. Now, with our ability, the target only needs to be able to hear us. And we can modify spells from there. Which is very, very interesting. Because that could let us do something like armor, like dream spike, stun an intelligent foe. That could be the healing, because we don't have a magic healer per se. Healing light, heal a skill, attrition with a touch. In this case, the target would just need to be able to hear us. So what if we do that? What if we... What if we take Dream Spike? That's 3. And we take Healing Light, or in this case it would be Healing Voice. That's another 3. Let's be able to do these. Dream Spike times 1, Healing Voice times 2, so we're down to 10. And let's give ourselves. Let's go up. Three, 6, 9, and 10. What's that, Bruce Beef? You want me to gen another character one more time? Dysfunctional ADHD could go full ranger. Pretend there are numbers besides the skills and roll. Also, hi, Dysfunctional. I'm sorry, I didn't see you up in chat there. Now, with this character being complete, here's our party. And remember, in this game with the attrition system, your skills and equipment are your hit points, effectively. As you take damage from the enemies, and you don't roll to hit in this system, you simply any damage that's dealt, it is in the form of attrition, where you either choose yourself, or there might be some things that are targeted to be scratched off or outright destroyed from your character sheet. Well, outright destroyed for items, or scratched off if it's a skill or equipment. It's a very fascinating system. It does have you really weigh what you hope, what do you want to keep to survive? What are you willing to give up, and in which order? What do you do in the situations that you're in, and what do you value? Which is why I wanted to make sure this was an optional thing I did. I wanted to place emphasis on, there's an item that's super important to these characters, and I put that in brackets up here, because this is most likely the last thing this character would choose to have broken in combat, or to scratch off for attrition. And the character sheets are really simple. And don't forget, for this system here, you all can you can go into the character creator and play around in it for free. You can also download for free the player's guide, which is the first third of the book that we're reviewing. Now, I bought the physical book, which also comes with the PDF, the character sheet, a bunch of tokens for online play. It comes with a soundtrack we've been listening to in the background. It's a complete package. So you can get just the digital. By the way, I'm not sponsored. This is me having found this system on a recommendation of Daily and Moving Ahead. You can get just the digital package for $30, or why not also get the physical book in the digital package for $50? Especially considering, because most of the time, just the core rulebook itself is $50 for a system. So we have our 4 characters. I'm going to get up and take a break, and when we come back, let's do a little bit of combat and sort of a hex crawl using the hex dice roll to see how this system plays out. Not sponsored, just drinks Big K on his own. You know what? I have one more of those here at home base, and I will get up and grab it. Good idea, Bane. All right, let's go to our springtime screen. And when we come back, let's try out, let's put these characters through the system and see how it works.